Amigos de Combo, bienvenidos. Tenemos el close-up at the boys. How are you, boys?
Good,
good,
bro.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good boy.
And here we are with the girls.
Hello.
Yeah. The girls of the boys. I don't know which is the real name of
The
this.
girls.
The girls.
Yeah, no.
Let's be honest.
We're pitching it.
The
We're
girls.
pitching it.
The girls and the gays. Yeah,
Yeah.
las
Yeah.
mujeres.
The girls and the gays.
Miro lo que fue mi vida y solo veo los desastres que hice.
This story was awesome. It's awesome, and I'm very happy about it because we have a new kind of superheroes. It's three seasons ago.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about to make something different in this theme that we already know, but you reinvented, like?
Yeah, I think it's.
Right.
I think particularly when the show started. I mean, it was a long time ago. We started shooting in 2018.
6 years ago. It's
Six. Thank you.
went-
Six. Math is not. I'm not good at math, so he does the math for me. Oh, why is it? I would have said 8.
Okay.
No, we started so long ago, and I think at that point, you know, those Marvel films, Avengers, all that was really peaking, and they had all they were really successful. They've tailed off a little, but at that point, you know, it was really great to be a part of a show that flipped everything on its head, and I think we got lucky in that because we're playing pretty loathsome characters. I think they're multi-dimensional as well. You know, there's
Right.
they're not one-sided. They're three-dimensional, but you know, it's more fun playing the bad guy than the good guy. So, I think in terms of superheroes, the superheroes are usually like altruistic and good, and,
encompass,
you know,
yeah.
and we don't have to do that.
Todo el mundo está por arder. Necesitamos a alguien como tú, Billy. Antes de que los super nos acorralen y nos encierren en campos.
In this part of the story, which thing did you make you like overwhelming of the story, of something like you surprised in this season?
With any character?
Yeah. Let's say about your character, your own character.
Oh,
It's like,
okay.
Whoa, what the? Yeah.
Well, when I came onto the show, I didn't know that I had any superpowers.
Okay.
That's No,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was it.
Yeah,
that was
that's
it.
amazing.
I didn't know. As the actor, I didn't know I had any superpowers. I
Okay.
thought I was a politician.
That's
and then
so
I
cool.
got the script for episode 7, and I was like,
That's so cool. Yeah.
just like freaking out alone in my
I
apartment.
can't imagine what it would have been like to go through that.
It was
That's
cool.
So
It was cool. Yeah.
Well, for me, it was the octopus stuff. That was, that was a little bit like, ooh,
The
okay.
romance with
The romance. I was like, I just wanted clarification on like, how are we gonna shoot this? So like, what's the angle of the camera gonna be?
What the fuck?
It's not what it looks like. But no, it was brilliant. I think it was a brilliant move on Crypty's part. And there's a lot of shocking moments that I wasn't involved in, just opening up the script. I mean, the opener to season 2 was pretty wild as well. So it's like, wow, how are they gonna pull this off? But they do. So.
What about you?
He's looking at the octopus. Actually, I was going to make a really sick joke, which nobody needs. That stays in my head. So yeah, I agree with everything he said. For me, it was. I think last season there's a scene with a cow, and as we were doing it, you know, milking the cow and drinking the milk.
Yeah.
And as we were doing it, the song going through my head was "Let's Get It On." Let's get it on. I've been feeling bad. Or whatever that, you know. And I realized, oh, this is a love scene.
Crimson and clover.
Yeah.
And then it was hysterically funny. I could barely do it, and we were laughing our asses off all through it. And then, I never realized I would do a quasi bovine sex scene. Like it was because it was very intimate, and there was a sexual element to it because of the milk. But it's a cow.
Yeah.
So, you know, high five. Woo!
But now you have a new season, and everybody is expecting something else, something more, something bigger or crazier. What are we going to watch?
3 cows.
3 udders.
A bull.
Yeah, he's got a 3rd arm now. For the deep, it's really interesting. I like the way, I can't give it away, but I like where they went with the deep. You know, is he going to kind of continue to placate Homelander and go on these missions? Is he going to, be loyal to him? And there's some crazy stuff.
Season 4, he gets laid with a giant squid.
It's just bigger and bigger. Yeah.
It's epic, and then they both get eaten by a sperm whale.
Esta es una guerra bíblica del bien contra el mal de la temporada de caza de Starlighters.
Are you happy in that time?
Yeah, I was so stoked.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was so excited. I was like, give it.
Give it to me, give me.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I feel like all my surprises are so sad. I feel like I don't have a...
Why?
Well, because I get sexually abused, and then I find out that my mom has been lying to me, and then I find out that my dad left me because of that.
Yeah, you've been through it.
Yeah, I've been through it. So I want to say something that's like fun, but I would say that...
Fun. What's a fun moment for Starlight?
Maybe
Fun.
You and Huey? I don't know.
I mean, I knew that.
Yeah,
everyone knew that was going to happen, though. I knew that wasn't a surprise. Like I'm trying to like those moments where I've read in the script where I've been like,
You can fly.
I can fly.
She can fly.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you so
I love
much.
that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
We found it. We found it. What about
Great one.
Kimiko? What about Kimiko?
Mine was definitely the moment I realized I could heal. Because I had read, they did a fake out. They did a fake out. They even had, the crane was going from my dead body.
Yep.
And the music was playing, and I was like, I'm dead.
Yeah. That was a good reveal.
I was thinking about it.
And then I was like, I'm back.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wonder this time where she's gone.
What about Homelander? More bloodier or what?
It's actually really interesting. Yeah, there is blood. There will be blood, so. But it's what I love about this season for Homelander is it's more of the same. There's extensions, the same theme of disconnection, connection, legacy is the new one that comes in very much. Fatherhood, and there's a very existential undercurrent to everything that's happening in season 4. And where that goes, there's a couple of little side roads that we go down that are very deep within the soul of this man. Let's face it, he is a man.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting, and in the course of all of that, it's very difficult talking about season 4 without. I don't want to give anything away because. There's some surprising shit that I don't want to ruin, and there's a lot of blood.
You were talking about the superpowers, but the people that watch all these seasons, they are very surprised with all these sexual things and the new concept of a superhero. But now we have a new season. Mm-hmm. How are you going to surprise now? They want something bigger, something crazier.
We're going to do it, but I don't know how these writers...
We ask the writers every season.
There
are always new, kinks, though, that I find out about. I'm always talking to Kripke, and I was like, how did you find this thing? It's real. It's a real thing.
Oh my gosh, the research they do, their web browser history must be...
I know.
The FBI must be watching.
Yeah, they need to be arrested right away.
One of my favorite stories that I'm going to tell on behalf of our creator is that they do so much research, they come up with these insane storylines. Obviously, you've seen many of them, most of them. He walked into a room once to pitch one of the storylines and forgot that he was in the wrong pitching room, pitching for a children's movie that he had just written. And so he walks into the room and he starts pitching this insane idea. This happened.
What?
A clock with a house in
with a house with a clock.
A house with a clock in its walls.
It's
like a children's movie, right?
Yes.
And he wrote it, and it's brilliant. He walked into the writer's room and he started to pitch a storyline from The Boys, which is the most hypersexual storyline.
Yeah. This is hilarious.
And he started to pitch it in a young adult.
And they said yes.
And they said yes.
And they were like,
whoa.
You're like, this is different.
And the way he pitches these storylines is so physical and he gets into it. That's just a little fun anecdote that I feel like is
funny.
worth telling.
I
because
love this.
You can imagine
very
that
on brand.
room would have been like.
This guy's insane.
Yeah, it's the best
I
story.
would love that to be in our show with PJ doing it.
Yes.
Oh my God, PJ plays the director of Dawn of the Seven.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
Tal vez pueda hacer algo bien con el tiempo que me queda, pero no puedo hacerlo solo.
Did you remember any audition that you made for any other superhero story, movie, TV series or something?
Oh, a million.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one? Which one?
None of them were ever as fun as this, though. I remember getting the script and reading that, like, my character auditions for the 7 by having a slate where you talk into the camera and you say, "Hi, I'm Starlight, I'm 5'8", I'm 100 and something pounds." And she pees in a cup to do a drug test. And I remember reading that and I was like, that is just brilliant.
Yeah.
That they're satirizing the audition process.
perfect.
I was like, thank God. My audition for the role of Starlight was my audition for the 7.
Yeah.
So I get to like have this monologue.
It's very
where I'm
meta.
talking.
I
It's
love
very
that.
It's so
meta.
meta.
And
I
I'm
would
like,
love
this
to
is
see
the
that,
best
actually. Yeah.
thing ever.
Show us the tape, Erin.
Yeah.
But it was just so much fun. So my audition for the show was one of the most fun auditions I'd ever had.
I actually originally came in for Ashley.
What?
For the role of Ashley, which I'm very wrong for, but I was like,
That's
like
so
it's the,
funny.
yeah.
No puedo hacerlo sin ustedes.
If you thought things had changed.
Este país es corrupto, irreparable.
I think I auditioned for something years ago, but not for a superhero, for something in a DC film.
They were gonna screen
It was a
test
long
me for
time
Captain
ago.
America, but I never got to do it because I was,
really?
I was on a TV show. Yeah, like they had the deal. I guess back then they didn't understand like TV schedules. Like we're Marvel, like that, and they're like, "Oh, he's on a TV show. Okay, we're gonna."
Yeah.
You can't, screen can't
I didn't know
deal
that.
with that. Yeah, they had the suit made up for the screen test.
You would have been a great Captain America.
Thank you, thank you so much.
But now you are darker superheroes now.
Now he just talks to fish, which is almost
Which is what I wanted.
Yeah,
Right?
That's why I wore my pink
What I wanted.
octopus socks.
Oh,
Just
thank
for
you so
you,
much.
Kevin.
I appreciate
That's
that.
cool.
Trae la respuesta a nuestras plegarias. Un virus que mata a los super.
Esto es loco y desesperado.
You have a lot of reference for this, a lot of critique about the movie industry, the politician industry, and the social media that we are talking about. What is the best thing for you that this series, this story criticizes?
Ooh.
Oh,
I don't
man.
think they pull their punches anywhere. I think it's like
Yeah.
they cover every kind of facet of society and they show
True.
a plethora of perspectives, which I think is the brilliant part about the show. It's not black and white. They're not just showing one perspective. It encourages conversation around all these insane things that happen in the world around us.
Yeah, I feel like you can't ever transcend the instinct to like personalize things, you know what I mean? And I feel like we're women in an industry that unfortunately or fortunately has a lot of parallels to the world that this show exists in.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that concept that we explore a lot of having that facade as a woman and having to like maintain or upkeep this image of just like everything's great when everything is not. That is something that will never not be satisfying for me.
Yeah.
Será fácil. Tendremos que hacer algunas cosas terribles por un bien mayor. Ya no serán celebridades queridas.
You are kind of the villains of the story, but if you can describe yourself as a good guy, how can you describe Deep and the Homelander?
Oh, from like the deep perspective?
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, he's just an unassuming.
Why don't we do it for each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it for each other because my instant thing for you is he's
What?
blindly loyal.
Right.
You know, he can take a punch. He doesn't. You know, from Homelander's perspective.
Right.
You know, that's probably because you got to factor in why would Homelander keep relying on this fuck up? Because he's so loyal. Like
And he's
there's
right,
a
right.
loyalty and like
Yeah.
surrounding yourself with people that think you're great is a very important thing for Homelander.
Totally.
And Kevin really does.
I think Kevin really does love Homelander, almost like a feeling like a brother or like a father figure. You know, he defers to him, and I think, you know, on the outside realm of the show, I do think there's like advice given, and like, you know, I think he does kind of take him under his wing. I don't know if they're like going to the driving range together, but you know.
Yeah, I don't think so. But you're a very useful.
But he gives me purpose, you know what I mean? Homelander knows how to give someone purpose and you know, and make them feel useful, even if it's meted out slowly. And,
Oh, that's so sweet.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you, girls.
Thank
nice
you
to meet
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you, man.
too.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank
brother.
you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Tenemos que actuar como humanos.